And for the first time here on his own band, Darmon Meader. Let's hear it for Darmon. Thanks, my friend. Thank you so much.
All right, how's everybody doing? I was here last night to hear Tawanda. It was just a really lovely night, and I guess Rosanna Eckert kind of had to put on quite a show the other night. Sorry I missed that one, but just thrilled to be here, and thank you for joining us. We are doing a mixture of stuff tonight, some things I've recorded over the years, including some things from a new project that I recorded somewhat recently. But we're also kind of doing a nod to the great Jarraeu and also the wonderful Mark Murphy. We're going to start off with an arrangement of "You Go to My Head" a la Mark. This was I learned this tune following him doing this in this style. This is "You Go to My Head." I might need you to sing a little on this one. We're going to get the audience participation going right away, so be ready. You go to my head and you linger like a haunting refrain. And I find you spinning round in my brain like the bubbles in a glass of champagne. You go to my head like a sip of sparkling burgundy brew. And I find the very mention of you is like the kicker in a julep or two. And the thrill of the thought that you might give a thought to my plea casts a spell over me. So still I say to myself, get a hold of yourself. Can't you see that it never can be? Smile that makes my temperature rise like a summer with 1,000 Julys. You intoxicate my soul with your eyes. Though I'm certain that this heart of mine hasn't a ghost of a chance in this crazy romance. You go to my head. Yes you do, 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 yes you do. Wandering round in my brain like the bubbles in a glass of champagne. Just the very mention of you feels just like a julep or two. Just the thought that you'd follow my plea, it casts a spell on me. Still I say to myself, this can never be. You go to my head with a smile that makes my temperature rise like a summer with 1,000 Julys. You intoxicate my soul with your eyes. Oh, I'm certain that this heart of mine hasn't a ghost of a chance in this crazy romance. You go to my head. You go to my head. kind of a lower voice. La le a le a. La le a le a. So upper voices, I need you to join this. La la le a. Lower voices keep la le a, la la le a. La la le-a, you go to my head, la-le-a, la-la-le, you go to my head, la-le-a, la-la-le-a, you go to my head, you go to my head, to my That's Tamir Hendelman on piano. Gene Coye on drums. Bruce Lett on bass. Yeah, so, some Mark Murphy fans in the room, right? Yeah, so Mark was one of a number of people that I would list as sort of people that really influenced my sensibilities as a vocalist, because part of what he did, as did Jarraeu, who we're going to talk about later too, they really wanted to kind of blur the lines between the vocalist and the instrumentalist, which has always been what I'm sort of about, and just the freedom by which Mark would just sing, and his gave us permission to scat, right, and really dive into vocal improvisation, and I just always thought he was an amazing musician, and I actually had the honor to work with him very late in his career and record with him. If any of you are familiar with a project called the Royal Bobsters, it's a vocal quartet. Amy London and Holly Ross and Dylan Pramick and I got to record with a number of luminaries, including Mark, and it was a very amazing little chapter, and he was just such a warm soul to work with. So that first arrangement is one that the way he oftentimes presented that song. We're now going to do a song that is kind of just has his name like synonymous with it now. It's originally called Boplicity, but we're going to do Bebop Lives. These lyrics were by Ray Passman and my good friend Holly Ross, who, as I mentioned, was part of the Royal Bobsters. She has since passed on, and we miss her very much. But we're going to do another nod to Mark with Boplicity, Bebop Lives. I just broke a cardinal rule. I put two songs in the same key back to back. Oh well. Shh, don't tell anyone. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. It began as an experiment, little new, but with the time cleverly spent. It woke up musical minds, and boy, it sure made a dent. And so we know that bebop lives. Dizzy Bird and Miles, they did it their way. Swing time people didn't figure it would stay, but they split, wouldn't you know, because their time was passé. And so we know that bebop lives. And then there was a cat who then started to scat. He made impressions that establishing a school became a popular pastime. Bob, when in his prime, would differentiate the hot from the cool. Second, third generation still blow all the flattered fists that we certainly know. Like Coco, don't forget 4, and then there's night in Tunisia. So we know that bebop lives. So very say ba bo bo do say bo 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 le no bo bo le ba bo 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 do ba bo 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 be bo ba bo 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 be no la no 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 Settle, 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 say you know my old to super So ba 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 ba. It began as an experiment, a little new, but with the time cleverly spent, it woke up musical minds, and boy, it sure made a dent. So we know that bebop lives. Dizzy Bird and Miles, they did it their way. Swing time people didn't figure it would stay. They split, wouldn't you know, because their time was passé, and so we know that bebop lives. And then there was a cat who then started to scat, made impressions that establishing a school became a popular pastime. Bob went in his prime to differentiate the hot from the cool. Second, third generation still go. All the flatted fists that we certainly know, like Coco, don't forget for, and then there's night in Tunisia. So we know that bebop, bebop lives. Thank you, Ray, Holly, and Mark. Yeah, we actually that was one of the tunes we recorded with Mark back in 2012, and it was very cool. Very cool just seeing him and watching him do his thing. He did one of his Kerouac readings, and God, we did Red Clay and a Senior Blues. It was a very cool experience. We're now going to shift gears, going to kind of change the spirit a little bit here, and I'm going to do an original song of mine. New York Voices has a summer camp every year. Actually, we do a couple of them these days. And sometimes it's fun to write a new tune just to break in some new stuff at camp. One year I wrote this just fun sort of, I don't know, Les McCann-ish kind of vibe. And it was just for purposes of needing a title to save it for, it was called Camp Vamp. And then somehow the title stuck. So this is Camp Vamp. You're welcome to dance. One, two, 3, 4. See, jazz can be fun. Doesn't have to be all heady and intellectual. All right, well, enough of that. Now let's get heady and intellectual. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, this next tune is a song that I arranged and recorded on my latest project. I recorded a project during the pandemic. It's called Losing My Mind, which felt like an appropriate title for a album that you recorded at home. Actually, partly at home and partly in the studio with some friends once we were able to do that. But this one, somewhat coincidentally, is also, I remember hearing, so there's a place in New York called the Metropolitan Club, and we used to go hear Annie Ross go there, perform there. And one night she was there. It was, I honestly can't remember if it was Mark's last birthday, but he sat in on his birthday at the Metropolitan Club, and he sang this song, and it was kind of stuck with me. And so I thought it would be fun to do this one tonight, since it's also something I had done recently. This is It Could Happen to You. Yes, it could. B flat. One, two, hide your heart from sight. Lock your dreams at night. It could happen to you. Don't count stars or you might stumble. Someone drops a sigh and down you'll tumble. Keep an eye on spring. Run when church bells ring. It could happen to you. All I did was wonder how your arms would be, and it happened to me. I tried to keep my lonely heart from sight, locking my dreams in the deep of the night. No time for sonnets of love, not for me. I got things to do and plenty places to be. Counting stars is for dreamers and dreamers alone. No need to be so starry-eyed and vaguely discontented. You'll be stumbling and fumbling and rumbling and tumbling down, down and out. Keep an eye on spring. You better watch out when those church bells ring loud and clear. That's the story I told till your lovin' took hold. My heartstrings are waiting for some tugging and teasing. Arms open wide for this magical season. I bet you never understood just that to what it have to be. It could happen to you like it happened to me. sight. Lock your dreams at night. It could happen to you. Don't count stars, or you might stumble. Someone drops a sigh and down you'll tumble. Keep an eye on spring. Run when church bells ring. It could happen to you. All I did was wonder how your arms would be. And it happened, and it happened, and it happened to me. It happened to me. All right. So it's interesting. When I was much younger, of course, like so many of us, I always was trying to do like fast tunes, you know, aggressive. I always call it the higher, faster, louder period of my life. And now I just love doing just something that swings nice and tasty like that. That's so much fun. And of course now we're going to completely throw that out the window and do something really fast. But so that arrangement had a little sort of a vocalese-ish thing going on in that second chorus. That was not a true vocalese. You guys all know what vocalese is, right? It's like taking a famous solo, usually oftentimes an instrumental solo, and writing lyrics to it and creating this whole new story. That one is one that I sort of composed the line and then wrote the lyrics, or vice versa. So it's kind of a vocalese, if you will. The whole idea of vocalese, one of the people that really introduced that to me when I was getting into jazz, of course Lambert, Hendrickson, Ross, Eddie Jefferson, but another was hearing Mark Murphy do Moody's Mood for Love or Doodlin', and I know George Clavin really wanted, he suggested Doodlin' for tonight, and I just don't have that one quite under my tongue yet, so I didn't want to do a half-assed job of that one. But I did love the idea of doing a vocalese tonight as part of that whole energy of that Mark Murphy world. So I chose one that I've done a number of times. This is one, it's a love song of sorts. It's a very caffeinated love song. Lyrics by John Hendricks. It was originally Sam the Man Taylor, you remember him. He was the sax player that recorded this way back, and John just thought it would be a great vehicle for vocalese, and so it became one of the most famous vocalese in his book, in addition to Lambert, Hendrickson, Ross. The Pointer Sisters did it back in the day. This is Cloudburst. About there? One. Yeah, I know it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I was blue and I was always wearing a frown because my gal had turned me down. Then you bet and you can bet I knew from the first you were my love, and that's when the old gray cloud burst. My heart really flew the day you caught my eye. I hope that we two will never say goodbye. Clouds of gray have silver linings when they're reversed. I found your love, and that's when the old gray cloud burst. Hey, baby, I'm gonna tell you about your love, and then a kissing and hugging and sweet turtle dove pretty baby. I won't satisfy till I hear him come. Here comes the bride. Listen to me, baby, and I hope you maybe listen to my story. It's terrific and true. I gotta find a way of telling you, really go for you. Hope you really do, you certainly do. Cause it's thrilling me, really, really thrilling me when they tell me that you probably got a kind of crush on me. It moves me, grooves me. How divine can one woman be? Oh, little darling, you got me falling, you got me goofy and gay. I'm gonna get carried away. Just think it under me mind someday. Oh, let's spend a little talk a little, stop a little, walk a little, leave a little, love a little, maybe we can pop a little, baby. Every time we oh so near, nobody's nothing like you, dear. Let's talk a little, tease a little, pop a little, squeeze a little, try a little, sigh a little, maybe we can fly a little bit. Gonna tell you the truth, cause I love it, and that's it. Cause I love it, baby, 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 with all my heart. Ooh, listen to me when I say it a little ladies, get away because I know I'm pretty, baby, I know I'm pretty, baby, I know you're the one, yes, you're the one I knew when I met you, what a break to get ya. Just got to chase the clouds away where the sun keeps shining. I love wheels on a shiny day. Just got to chase the clouds away. Take a look, boy. Take a look at me, boy. Take another look, take another look, take another look, take another good long look at me. To open my eyes and now I see clouds of gray have silver linings when they're reversed. I found your love and that's when the old gray cloud burst. That's when the old gray. That's when the old gray cloud burst. Yes, I love ballads. Okay, so while we're still in the Mark Murphy world, one of his most well-known lyric is the lyric to Stolen Moments, and it's funny, I have been singing this song since 1991. Usually I have Kim, Lauren, and Peter singing it with me. I've never sung this one on my own, and it's funny, I was like, oh wow, I don't sing most of these lyrics. How does this go? I'm always going, ooh, or something, you know, behind them. But we thought it'd be fun to do Stolen Moments for you. So we're kind of, we're using a little New York Voices shout chorus stuff, but we're also definitely taking some of the classic Mark Murphy arrangement as well. About there. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Stolen If I told you I loved you, pretty baby, would it make up for what they say? If I hold you and shield you, darling, would you linger a while today? If I hold you and hug you, my dear, so don't argue, then gossip won't hurt you. I'll never desert you, and some bind us, where people won't bind us to the hands of time. I can use more than moments, pretty baby, and I know where you steal them from. There are so many things I'll teach you, and they call me a useless bum. They just critter and twitter, the glitter gets bitter. They chatter and clatter and patter and twang. But we're here, I steered, here it's weird, here those beers. Do what's the pantomime? Say va-doo, babe, va-doo, do, do. Say va-doo, babe, va-doo, vo, vo, ve, vo, ve, oh. Say va-doo, babe, babe, va-doo, do, va-doo, babe, va-doo, vo. Va-doo, vo, ve, oh, vo, babe, va-doo, babe, va-doo, vo. Vo-diddle-diddle-diddle-oh. told you I loved you, pretty baby, would it make up for what they say? If I hold you and shield you, darling, would you linger a while today? If I hold you and hug you, my dear, so don't argue, then gossip won't hurt you. I'll never desert you, and someday we'll find us where people won't bind us to the hands of time. It's just a pantomime. If I told you I loved you, pretty baby, it's stolen Oh, that was fun. I still like singing it with Kim, Peter, and Lauren a lot, but that was fun to do that. And the airfare is a lot cheaper. Oh, sorry. The way band leaders think, right? That's typical. So one of the interesting things, as I was looking, it's funny when discussing doing this tribute to Mark and Al, of course, we all jump on Wikipedia and find out some of those missing bits and pieces that we didn't know. And it was interesting that Mark grew up in a musical family, and his father was a minister, and his mother was the church organist or church pianist, and his father was a singer. And interesting enough, Al Jarraeu also, his parents were involved in the church and in the music, and they had interesting parallels. And they actually were contemporaries of each other in terms of the time, and they were really active. Mark actually probably started earlier. But interesting enough, they both really loved that crossover into the instrumental side of things. And so in looking at things of Al Jarreau's, I've, of course, done a few tunes of his over the years. And New York Voices recently started doing Blue Rondo a la Turk with Al's lyrics. So and those, how many of you in this room have those albums still from Breaking Away and This Time and that stuff, right? I mean, that so defined a certain chapter of my life when I was so impressionable as a musician, and so to this day I still have such fond memories. As I was getting ready for this, my wife and I just put on some of those albums in the car on a long drive, and it was just a total flashback to my college days, which was a lot of fun. So we're going to dive into now a couple of things of Al's. Actually, this next one is interesting. I think maybe George suggested this one, and I'd forgotten about Al's interpretation of this song. It's a classic Sergio Mendes piece going all the way back to the Brazil '66, so a lot of history around this tune. And interestingly enough, there's also a wonderful recording of Mark Murphy doing this tune. So this tune is acting as a sort of the bridge between these two wonderful artists. This is Like a Lover. Lyrics by Alan and Marilyn Bergman. I hear they're quite good. So just amazing lyrics. This is Like a Lover. Is that about where we were doing it earlier? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Like a lover, the morning sun slowly rises and kisses you awake. Your smile is soft and drowsy as you let it play upon your face. Oh, how I dream I might be like the morning sun to you. Like a lover, the river wind sighs and ripples its fingers through your hair. Upon your cheek it lingers, never having known a sweeter place. embrace. Oh, how I dream I might be like the river wind to you. How I envy a cup that knows your lips. Let me be me, my love, and a table that feels your fingertips. Let it be me, let me be your love. Bring an end to the endless days and nights without you. Like a lover, the velvet moon shares your pillow and watches while you sleep. Its light arrives on tiptoe, gently taking you in its embrace. Oh, how I dream I might be like the velvet moon to you. Fingertips, let it be me, let me be your love, bring an end to the endless days and nights without you. Like a lover, the velvet moon shares your pillow and watches while you sleep. Its light arrives on tiptoe, gently taking you in its embrace. Oh, how I dream I might be like the velvet moon to you. I need you to sing along with me. Sing that. I might be like the velvet moon to you. I might be like the velvet moon to you. I might be like the velvet moon to you. All right, nerd question. How many of you have sung that song before? It's such an interesting song. It's a 14-bar song shape, which is already weird. And it's kind of like 2 bars, and then 3 bars, and then 4 bars. It's so interesting. So it's one of those ones you're just listening, it's like, oh, this is such an easy, because the melody just feels just like, it just sort of sits there. It's almost like a pop tune. And then you're going, wait a minute, what's happening here? It's such a cool tune. Yeah, that was a fun one to learn. So a lot of my favorite Jarraeu stuff at first was his jazz-based repertoire because, well, duh. That was kind of the stuff that I was really checking out. I went through the same process with Manhattan Transfer. Like, instead of Boy from New York City, I was much more interested in hearing Four Brothers and Confirmation, you know. But you have to admit, some of the pop tunes that Jarraeu did are just so classic, and that whole Jay Graydon sound. One of the things that really was a big influence for me from Al was to see, and Manhattan Transfer, and if you listen to early New York Voices, you can see us trying to do that as well. The idea that you can do both. That you can do Breaking Away and you can do Blue Rondo. You know what? And you can do it back to back on the album, and you can do it on the same concert, and it's really cool. Some people find that, you know, like, I don't know how to categorize you. What do I do? But I just thought that was so cool, and so we're now going to move over to one of Al's bigger pop tunes. But of course, we're shifting it up a little bit. So we've gone a little Brazilian on this one. Sing along if you know it. Morning, Mr. Radio. Morning, little Cheerios. Morning, Sister Oreo. Did I tell you everything is fine? Here in my mind. Morning, Mr. Shoeshine Man. Shining bright in white and tan. My baby says she loves me, and need I tell you everything is fine here in my mind. Excuse me if I sing, my heart has found its wings, searching high and low, and now at last I know. Morning, Mr. Golden Gate. I should walk, but I can't wait. I can't wait to set it straight. I was shaking, but now I'm making it fine. Oh, in my mind, my heart will soar with love that's rare and real. My smiling face will feel out my hand and touch the face of God. Excuse me if I sing, my heart has found its wings, searching high and low, and now at last I know. Morning, Mr. Radio. Morning, little Cheerio. Morning, Sister Oreo. Did I tell you that everything is fine? Oh, in my mind. Morning, Mr. Oreo. Cheerio. Here we go. I need you to sing along with me. Leo, sero bebo, la 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 le, le, sembero beo, sebebo, solano, way, la 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 la. Excuse me if I sing, my heart has found its wings. All right, well, that was our first try of that arrangement. I guess it kind of worked. We had a little roadmap confusion in one spot, but that's never happened to you ever, probably, right? Yeah, that's always fun. It's like, I feel like the rug just got pulled out from under me in front of an audience. That's fun. Yeah. But we figured it out. Nice. So I'm gonna sing something that I haven't sung in 30 years or something, but this was a song that I transcribed this actually when I first heard it back in 1984 or something. I just thought it was such a beautiful piece. Jeremy Lubbock wrote this, and it's just this lovely little vignette from, I think it's on the Jarraeu album, the one with his face like really big in the front. It's called Not Like This. I'm just gonna do this just the two of us here. Start that again. I knew that was when a plane was going to take off. I was like, you know it's going to happen right when we start Not Like This. That is so funny. Sorry, a little story. It reminds me, we used to play at this club on the Upper West Side in New York that was right by the subway. And it was, you could always guarantee we just start singing a cappella tune and it goes, the train would go by. It was like, so, okay, the plane just... All right. Well, we are going to shift back to another song from the Mark Murphy songbook. This is originally a Freddie Hubbard tune. You know where this is going now, right? This is another one that had the opportunity to record with Mark. By the way, I do have, for those of you who still own a CD player, or own a car from before 2015 or whatever. I do have some CDs here, including that Royal Bobsters project, which some of you might not have and might find that interesting, and my latest solo CD and a bunch of New York Voices CDs. Also, if there's any improv student geeks that are interested in grabbing my nutty improvisation study book, there's some of those back there as well. So this is Red Clay, and this is... I always love this piece. It's actually not a very complicated piece, although we've made it a little bit more complicated just because that's what we do. But it's just got such a cool vibe, and the lyrics are just so. Well, as you know, Mark was way into Jack Kerouac and some of that kind of poetry and things, and so this song, this is one of Mark's lyric, it just fits right into that genre so well. This is Red Clay. Let's see, what am I doing? Yeah, I'm trying to think if I'm saxophoning or not. Yeah, I'll pick up my horn here. Okay. All right. Ready? Slapping somewhere on the side porch. A sleepy morning way out in the boondocks. Stories are being told on the red clay. Red clay's where we came from to begin with, and where we're going when time comes for splitting. Sounds always being dug on the red clay. Playing something on the back porch. The happy faces look out of the window. Always there's something good on the red clay. Sepo, so bedo bebo, bo bebe ah. So bo bedo le, bedo le, seno. for the papers in the evening. You watch the roses climb out of the earth bends. Life always being lived on the red clay. Oh, smoothing down my baby when she's tired out. I let her fun things and watch her start smiling. Nobody being sad on my red clay. You move, my move, check me. He moves, they move, dig me. Red clay's just the dirt, but it's alive, son. So what you doing, just sitting and goofing? Always a lot to do on the red clay. Yeah, Gene Coye on drums.
Like it with the vamp for a minute too. That's kind of fun.
Cool. All right. Arrangements while you wait. Good. That was fun. So this next one, we're kind of wrapping things up here. Got a couple more tunes. We're going to do a ballad that this was a new one for me. George Claben pointed out some. George, what's the name of the album? The Mark Murphy album, the ballads album. Do you remember? You forgot. Yeah, me too. Okay, good. Well, get back to us on that. But there's this wonderful album that he did a whole bunch of lovely ballads, and this is one by Steve Allen, actually, who wrote, the wonderful comedian, but also wrote tons and tons of tunes. This could be the start of something big. It's probably maybe his most well-known one. But this is a lovely song called "Spring Is Where You Are." Though the winter snow is falling and the poets hail the southern stars, the winds of March are unconvincing. Spring is where you are. What if robins gaily carol, symphonies that time can never mar? Their sweetest songs do not arouse me. Spring is where you are. Skies of blue may do for other people, and the sun suffice. I fear that their philosophy may not be right for me. What if all the flowers are blooming and their perfume lures me from afar? My heart ignores their spell and tells me spring is where you skies of blue may do for other people, and the sun suffice. I fear that their philosophy may not be right for me. What if all the flowers are blooming and their perfume lures me from afar? My heart ignores their spell, then tells me spring is where you are. Timely phone call back there. Yeah. Hey, how about my wonderful band up here? Tamir Hendelman on piano. Bruce Lett on bass. And Gene Coye on drums. Big thanks to Golden Preciado on sound back there. Thank you, Golden. I will say this club has a very, very nice sound. It is really lovely and very comfortable to perform here. Such a pleasure. Big thanks to Tim Ellis, George Claben, Terence, Jack, Jaspers, everybody for making this happen. Thrilled to be here and just fun to do a gig on my own. I actually, if you have any friends over in Europe that might be interested, I've got some, haven't checked my website. I've got some solo gigs coming up in Belgium and Germany at the end of the month and into October, and a few different things going on. And New York Voices are doing some gigs over there as well. So all kinds of stuff going on. As I mentioned, the CDs are here. I'll be kicking around afterwards a little bit to say hi to some folks and chat. So we thank you so much for joining us. We're going to finish out with, this is probably, this might be even one of the reasons that we even talked about bringing Al Jarraeu into this mix tonight. I recorded this many years ago, and I've just always been a favorite, and happy to give it a try with these gentlemen. They were happy to sign up for this one. We're going to close out with Spain. Yesterday, just a photograph of yesterday, and all its edges folded and the corners faded sepia brown, and yet it's all I have of our past love, a postscript to its ending. Brighter days, I can see such brighter days, when every song we sang is sung again. And now we know this time it's for good. And we're lovers once again. And you're near me. 2, 3, 4. I can remember the rain to December, the leaves are brown on the ground. In Spain I did love and adore you. The nights filled with joy were our yesterdays, and tomorrow will bring you near me. I can recall my desire, every reverie is on fire, and I get a picture of all our yesterdays. Just today I can say I get a kick every time they play that Spain again. I can remember the rain to December, the leaves of brown tumbling down. Our love was a Spanish fiesta. The bright lights and songs were our joy each day, and the nights were the heat of yearning. I can't recall my desire. Every reverie is on fire, and I get a picture of all our yesterdays. Yesterday, I can say I get a kick every time I see you gaze at me. I see moments of history. Your eyes meet mine, and they dance to the melody as we live again, as if dreaming. The sound of our hearts beat like castanets, and forever we'll know their meaning. I can't recall my desire. Every reverie is on fire, and I get a picture of all our yesterdays. Yesterday, I can say I get a kick every time I see you gaze at me. Of history, your eyes meet mine and they dance to the melody, and we live again as if dreaming. The sound of our hearts beat like castanets, and forever we'll know them meaning. I can remember the rainy December, the leaves of brown on the ground. In Spain I did love and adore you. The bright lights and songs were our joy each day, and the nights were the heat of yearning. I can recall my desire, every breath is on fire, and I get a picture of all our yesterdays. Yesterday I can say, I get a kick and I'm here to say, here's Spain. Coye, Tamir Hendelman, Bruce Lett. I'm Darmon Meader. Thank you so much.
Darmon Meader. Let's hear it for Darmon Meader. Gene Coye, Bruce Lett, Tamir Hendelman. Guys want some more? Let them know.
I like this, like not leaving the stage for the encore. It's very efficient. It's very efficient use of all of our time. Because we got places to be. We have traffic to sit in. Oh, sorry, did I say that? So I give an assignment to my students upon occasion where I say, it's an arranging assignment. Take a song that, it's easier to arrange a song that you're really excited about. Take a song that you might not normally choose. Either you just never really like the song much, or you just can't seem to figure out a place to put the song. And I thought, well, if I give this assignment to my students, maybe I should do it once in a while too. So this is one, and actually it's one I recorded on my new CD. It's I Hear Music, the Frank Lesser, Burton Lane tune. And I don't know why, it's just a song that just never resonated with me. I just always found it kind of, just kind of a silly little tune. And so I thought, well, okay, let's see what we can do with this. And then madness ensued. Here we go. Not that I'm a Punchinello, just an optimistic fellow with a lot of very mellow music in my soul. Not that I'm a Pollyanna, shouting out aloud, Hosanna. It's my singing heart I can't control. I hear music, mighty fine music. The murmur of a morning breeze up there, the rattle of the milkman on the stair. Sure, that's music. Mighty fine music. The singing of a sparrow in the sky, the parking of the curfew right nearby. That's my favorite melody. You, my angel, phoning me. Oh, I hear music, mighty fine music. And anytime I think my world is wrong, I get me out of bed and sing this song. Say ba boo ba doo ba boo ba boo ba da da ba. Sa ba doo ba da ba da be be do. Say ba ba da ba ba doo ba da 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 boo ba boo ba ba doo da la 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 no 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 da da no la no da da. Sa la ba ba da ba doo ba doo da da boo ba boo ba boo ba ba le ma le le do. Say ba boo le do ba da la la no no la la. Sa di la no di su mi ba doo di ba doo la la la. Save it all that low, 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 that low, but baby, I'm a fool. Well, mighty fine music. The murmur of a breeze at break of day, the rattle of the milkman on his way. I hear music, nothing but beautiful music. The singing of a sparrow high above, coffee in the morning made with love. Like my favorite symphony, you, my angel, holding me. I hear music, fascinating music. And anytime I think my world is wrong, I get me out of bed and sing. I sing. I got to sing this song. I hear music.
Darmon Meader, folks. Darmon Meader. Tamir Hendelman, Coye, Bruce Lett, Darmon Meader. I believe he's got some CDs for sale and some, what do you got else there, Darmon? Books for sale and CDs. Thank you for coming out. I want to remind you, tomorrow night is our final night of the third annual JazzFest, the MetaJAX Fest, and we'll feature Tony Guerrero with his group doing a special tribute to Beverly Kenny with 4 wonderful vocalists. We've got Tony Scruggs, Maria Schaefer, Kat Adams, and Lauren Brasesco. Also coming up following Thursday will be Tony's birthday party with his normal quintet. Thank you all for coming. Take care of your servers. Thank you to Golden, John, to everyone here, and we appreciate you coming out and supporting live jazz. Have a good one.
Thank